Okay, which I'm sure it will be with our incredible guest this evening. So with her sister Leisha, after leaving college, they were stunt doubles for actresses in the movie industry. Later, were also massage therapists. They were waitresses, taking vacations in between, and they also found themselves about $50,000 in debt. They have a love and a passion for travel. They saw World Ventures and without hesitation got started straight away. It gives me incredible privilege to introduce a lady who is a top income earner, female income earner in this organization. She is their first international marketing director in World Ventures. She's a double international marketing director, $1 million ring earner, and an international trainer. She is also the author of a book which she co-authored with her sister, Double Your Profits, really awesome. And also right now, living life through the camera lens and literally mastering the art of living. Guys, this is the first time that we have this incredible individual on the call. On behalf of Team Expansion, we are really excited. Kari Schneider, all the way from USA, are you available?
I am. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hey, Kari, how are you doing?
I am good. Thank you so much for that great introduction. My gosh, amazing. Thank you. And you even have my book. Yay.
Well, you're not going to believe this, Kari, but when we first joined World Ventures, I personally went with Sasha to United 2016, and Sash got me your book, which he got you guys to sign for me. So it was just amazing that actually this was the very first book that I got given by Sasha, and we've now got you on the call 4 years later. So amazing.
Wow. Very exciting. Wow. 2016, you said?
That's it. It was a 10-year convention.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I remember. That was a while back, but wow. Thank you for that.
Awesome. So, Kari, you're one of the originals, and I've started calling, the first group of people that obviously were in the room with Wayne Nugent. And I like to use that word originals because you've been around, you've seen everything, the prosperity, the adversity, everything with World Ventures. But tell us about Kari and Leisha. Who are they? Your journey with World Ventures? We want to know everything.
Sure, absolutely. So my sister is actually in Florida today. I'm in San Diego, so we're in opposite parts of the world, but so I'm representing for both of us today. And so for those of you who are just hearing our story for the first time or just seeing me speak, I'll share with you a little bit about our background, kind of how we got started, and really what it's done for us. So let's see, 2005, when the company first launched, it was almost 15 years ago. And my sister and I, we were originally from San Diego. And after high school, we had moved to Costa Rica because we wanted to just live on the beach. We wanted to travel. And so we had saved up some money, moved to Costa Rica, and we spent about $125 a month for rent. So literally, we thought we were in heaven, except for we ran out of money because we didn't have a job there. And we also got accepted to college. So we went away to college. We went to Utah. It was snowy. It was cold. It was a great experience, though, because we were on a cheerleading scholarship. So we could travel with the basketball team. We traveled with the football team. And so it was exciting because we got to do that part of it. Graduated and did absolutely nothing with our degree. And at that point, we decided we wanted to be actresses and moved to Los Angeles. And so fast forward, we moved to LA. We were debt free. We racked up about $50,000 of debt pretty quickly because we wanted to do the acting classes and everything. And it's very expensive in Los Angeles. And so as we were living there part-time, we worked as waitresses. We were working as massage therapists and had a couple, just working those part-time jobs. So it was flexible for us to go on auditions to try to get that next big gig in the Hollywood entertainment world. And so our first job was with the Olsen twins, Mary Kate and Ashley. You may or may not know them from Full House. They were young Hollywood stars in their Full House series. And then they started doing their own straight-to-DVD videos. And so that's where my sister and I started working with them when they were 15 years old. I was Mary Kate, my sister was Ashley, and we did all their faraway shots, or anything they might get hurt doing was us. So that was a lot of fun. We filmed a movie in, let's see, where did we go? We went to Mexico and Cabo. We filmed for a month, and then we went to Vegas and different places. So that right there was great, except for it was a great claim to fame, but we worked really hard from morning till night while they made all the big bucks, and they came in, filmed their close-ups, and left. So we did all their faraway shots, or anything they might get hurt doing was us. So we loved it. However, it wasn't making us the money we wanted to make. And so we continued to go and network in Los Angeles and go to different events. And so one day we had gone to an entertainment event, and at that event, we got introduced to World Ventures. One of the guys we met there said, "Hey, you like to travel?" And we said, "Yes." Said, "Are you open to making more money?" We said, "Absolutely," because we were looking for something at that time, especially because what we were doing wasn't making us the income we wanted to. And so he told us the company was just getting ready to launch. And so we were one of the first people in California, let alone in the United States, to join World Ventures. And so we got super excited about, really, all we knew is we could save money, really save money, have fun, and make money. And that's really all we knew. We didn't know the compensation plan. We didn't know anything. And so we had, within that time frame after that, we had met Wayne. We had met, Wayne, the founder of the company, who showed us the whole vision of where the company was going. And we only had one trip a month for our first year, one trip. So when people look at this now, we have over 5,000 trips a year. We've been on over 200 now on ourselves, over 200 vacations. Really, we started off pretty quickly, Sally. We really, we were excited about it. And so we just went and showed everybody. We're like, "Hey, you've got to check out what we're doing. You've got to check out what we're doing." And, there was nothing yet what we have today back then. Okay. So I kind of want to gear where we're at right now is so incredible because, we were painting the vision of, we're going to have so many amazing trips. We're going to have this amazing company where, as we showed it, people caught the vision, especially here in California is where we started. We lived in Los Angeles at the time. And we were only open in the United States at that point. So our business grew in the United States. And then as it's continued to grow now in the 42 countries that we're open in, we have grown globally, obviously. And it's been really exciting because we enrolled 30 personals our first year. And out of those 30, that's not a lot, 30 personals in 1 year. And we only had the gold membership. We didn't have platinum. We didn't have titanium. And so 30 grew to 3,000 members in a year and a half. Yep. And so for us, that's like, 30 grew to 3,000, and it was a handful of them worked. So about 6 of the personals that we enrolled really were the ones that worked. So we hit IMD in 16 months. Within the first about year and a half. And then we just continued to grow, and we hit double IMD in 2015. We were the first females to actually hit IMD, the first females to hit the $1 million ring, which I'll show you these. And then we also hit double IMD. I don't know if you could see those.
There we go.
Thank you.
Awesome. So these are the guys' rings, and I tell people because they have more diamonds on them, guys. But women, they have the women's rings too. But for us, this is a huge talking piece because people ask us, "Well, where did you get your championship rings?" Yeah. And we tell them, we have the fastest international growing travel club in the world. And so we start off the conversation, and ultimately it leads into, "Hey, well, let's exchange information." We get them that info. So for lifestyle, I would say it took us out of debt within our first year. We paid off over $50,000 of debt. Throughout that time, went on amazing trips, and really have, because of what we've been able to do, it's not obviously because of me, it's because we just kicked off that domino, made that decision to do it, and locked arms with some of the local people in Los Angeles at the time. It was Martin Ruoff was our very first sign up. Some of you might know of him. He was a waiter at the time, and we met him at a seminar trying to get our mind right, business mindset. And, he was like, "Hey, you like to travel?" He said, yes. He joined. And then Dave and Yvette were our second sign up. which Dave and Yvette Uloa, he was a former LAPD officer, and his wife worked for the city. And so we just locked arms together and started doing, the travel parties, stuff like that. Back then, we didn't have Zoom and technology like we have now. So we built most of our business from the very beginning, just one-on-ones, two-on-ones, travel parties, and then pushed to big shot events. So it was really built all live within the local communities and building that way. Since technology's grown, we've been able to use a lot more of these Zooms and the webinars, but it's been exciting to see the growth, where we're going, what we're doing, and I'm literally more excited now about what we've got going on than ever before. So that's kind of our story in a nutshell.
Brilliant. And Kari, you and your sister are known all around the world globally with regards to your partnership. Also the two of you hitting IMD together. And Sally and I also build our business together. And there's a lot of people within Team Expansion that have got partnerships as well. And I want to ask you, building this business as a team, if I could call it that, what has been your winning formula or your success formula as a partnership with your sister? Because it's a lot different than just building it individually. So what attributes to that success that you guys have actually had together as a team?
Yeah, so I'll share with you, building together, I would suggest it for some people and some not people. If you're good business, people can work together if you're doing a partnership. For my sister and I, we decided to do that because we do almost everything together. So we split everything 50-50. We're a business partnership. So we built our first business together. We have our second business together as Double IMD. We're working on our triple as our third business. We're not there yet to triple, but we're working on it. So for us, we're complete opposites. For those of you who know me, I'm the one that does a lot of the talking. I do the training. I'm always the one on stage, and people think, well, what does Leisha do? She's like never on stage, or she doesn't like talk like you do. You'd be very surprised. I love to be in front of people. She is so good, and she's so social behind the scenes. So she is so good at collecting numbers and names and socializing and really connecting with people. And so I'm social, but she's actually even more social than I am, believe it or not. And so I say she brings them in, and she's the prospector and the socializer, and I'm the closer, you would say. So she brings them in, I help close them. So we work really, really good as a team that way. She's very strategic. And so for those of you who know the colors, I'm red, green, and she's more of a blue, yellow. So we balance each other out quite a bit, because I'm like, all right, let's go, let's do this and this. She's like, okay, well, let's do it this way. We've got to make sure we plan it out right. So I would say for those of you working together, just play to your strengths. So if you know what your strengths are, see how you can really use those to benefit building the business in stronger and faster. So that's what we've done with myself. So I'll do what I do best so we can be more efficient. And then she does what she does best on that side. So so you don't have to be a presenter if you don't want to be. What she doesn't like to present, I do. So we balance that out quite a bit. So I would say working as a team, if you don't have someone that you're working with or a business partnership, find someone a part of the team where you're building your own business, but you still can work with people knowing what their strengths and weaknesses are, that you can, for a win-win for everybody. So that's what I would share with that.
Brilliant. We had Martin Ruoff on one of our calls, and the thing that always stands out is he always says that find the X factor inside you. Everyone's got that individual strength. So that's one nugget that we took out of his call. Kari, I wanted to ask you, at the moment, we have a lot of people that are starting to wind down. A lot of people are going to the festive mood. Also, I know that it's an amazing, amazing opportunity for people to actually get to work in terms of their ventures business. The amateur will probably go on holiday as well, but the professional will get to work to make money. What is your thoughts on that, in terms, especially on the festive season, while a lot of people are actually on vacation, and us as business reps in order to take action in that time? Yeah,
absolutely. So in general, we know that the holiday seasons can be a slow time for business. And honestly, I think for us, and looking at the past years that we've had, it's been some of our biggest growth. Because coming out of the View, which I know we've had in several different locations that that Marcus said, the director of training, just finished, you know, we had so many people at the View, and what we've really pushed coming out of the big events, especially the View, because it builds into the holidays, is build that from that momentum to the end of the year, into the beginning of the year, because we are more excited now. Obviously, we've got the Dream Giver card, which has added a lot of value to showing people, right? So for us, we put in more events, more meetings, use that time that we have, because most people don't work as much during the holidays. So we really use that time to be able to meet with them, to be able to show them, to be able to build the teams and the travel parties and things more, and even more the just being able to show people during that time. It seems to me that more people have more time than they normally would have. That's what's actually happened for us. And so I would say, don't be lazy and lay back. Let's move forward and push, because we've had some of our biggest growths in the month of even December during the holidays, because we took that mindset and that action with the team, saying, guys, let's build this stronger. So when we hit January, we've even got a bigger launching pad with the teams moving faster and growing bigger. So continue doing what you're doing, but just doing more of it, because more people want money for the holidays. They want to make money. So, you know, use the Dream Giver card to, you know, here's $100 for the holidays. Those are great gifts to be able to use as gifts for every single person. Everybody I know is going to get $100 gift for a travel savings Dream Giver card, you know? Yeah. So, hands down, just keep doing more of what you're doing. Don't kick back and relax and wait till after the holidays, because we've had the biggest growth during the holidays, just because if you're in action, the team's in action, everybody's going to keep moving. If you kick back and, you know, don't do much, then your team's probably going to do the same thing too, because they do what you do, right? So just do it and move.
And there's no excuse, because you know they're free, right?
I got my carrot juice today.
Fantastic.
So Kari, you know I sent you a couple of questions, you know, yesterday afternoon, our time, it was morning your time. So we've got 2 more questions for you, but I want to put one in. What are your daily disciplines that Kari does, you know, that
Sure.
keeps you focused on where you're going?
Sure. So, you know, every day is a little different, same but different. I'm always, in the morning, I always take a little time for myself, because I already know how the day goes. It gets pretty busy, calls, meetings, webinars, everything like that. So in the morning, I really focus for about an hour on myself. I get up pretty early when I don't go to bed too late. But I always listen to an audio or read books, or just, you know, get my energy aligned so that I have the energy to give to the day, and especially to the people throughout the day. So I'll always call my leaders. I make a couple calls in the morning. Hey, what can we do? Who we can show? If there's things lined up for this next week on meetings, even for the next month, you know, so I know we have a lot of back-to-back meetings going on, you know, bigger events happening. So just day to day is completely different. I love yoga. So I do my yoga. I love to work out. So that's Kari time when I do yoga, workout, and all that. And then after the morning comes, I kick into the day. Usually I'll have webinars and calls that we're doing. And I'm really big on what's going to be the action to get me moving towards either helping a team member, a sign up, or, you know, a big launch, a travel party launch, something that's going to result in people joining the team. Not the busy work, just, okay, who can we show today? Whether it's a webinar, whether it's invites. And so what we teach, the basics, inviting, sharing it, getting it in front of people, getting someone enrolled, and then getting them to the next training. So throughout the day, it's always included, okay, who needs to get to the next training? Who do we need to invite to the next webinar? Who needs a launch party? So I'm always working through the teams and really building up the leadership. So I've also found in the past that I've become management mode, where I try to manage too much. And, you know, the goal is to get leadership to lead. And so we do a lot of leadership calls also. Not a lot, I should say, but a couple of leadership calls. Say, where are you at? What can we do to help you get to the next rank? Because we know everybody's, you know, on their own. Everyone's running their own race to get to the top. And some people are part-time, full-time, you know, some people a few hours a week, whatever it is. But our goal is to help them get there faster, like it is to everybody. So I'd say daily basis, it's just doing what we do to take action to get the results and get sales to help the team grow faster. And then I love to eat, so we do go out to eat quite a bit. If you want to know the daily, I love juicing. I love healthy food. So we really are, we're usually together, my sister and I. We just happen to we're going on a cruise on Saturday. And so she's in Florida this week, and I'm here in San Diego. We have about 200 people going on a cruise for a dream trip. And I would say, too, we do a lot of team trips also. So our goal is to get the new people on a dream trip, because once they experience it, we know they don't cancel because they see the value of the membership. So one of the biggest things, if I could share with new people joining, get on a trip. It doesn't matter if it's a team trip or just get on a dream trip or a vacation, so you have a story to tell. We went on one of the first dream trips the company had, and I'll always remember we used that story. You know, it was a $150 cruise total, port fees, tax, everything included, for 5 days and 4 nights. It was unbelievably awesome. We had 300 people on it, amazing group of people. And so we're always planning for the next trip, of course, somewhere. So that's it. Yeah.
Incredible. Sharing the value as well, getting the experience, creating your story.
So now this is one thing. I was chatting to, obviously, you know, our good friend and IMD and Team Expansion from Zimbabwe, Anand, and I was busy chatting to him, and he said to me, you know, Sal, you know who does vision parties? And I said, no. And he said, Kari and Schneider. And I was like, what on earth is that? Why aren't we doing it? So I'm very intrigued for you to talk us through. I know you do it towards the end of the year with your teams. What is a vision party?
Yeah, so we get excited about vision parties. And ever since we were little, my mom grew us up on the end of every year, because it's like the new year, creating what you want, making vision parties. So really it's a goal map, goal chart, whatever you want to call it. But it's all in the mindset. You know, we have this millionaire mindset. We want to become millionaires. You know, this was our whole goal back then. And so, you know, where we're today, it's not where we're going to be tomorrow, because we're creating where we want to be. We're creating that into the universe, is what we believe. And so the vision board is all about, you're created with pictures. So say a car you want, or a house you want, maybe places you want to travel to, career, you know, maybe with World Ventures, maybe the ranks you want to be. And I'll tell you, we had one year, as we were doing our vision boards, we put a Mercedes, you know, and this is time we were just cutting out the pictures from the magazines and what we want, put it on the vision board. And it could be small, it could be bigger, you know, it's where you can see it, and put it where you can see it every day. So it reminds you of what your goals are and your vision of where you want to be. And so I put a Mercedes on there, and I didn't really look at, you know, what type it was. It was just like a pretty Mercedes, and, you know, we put it on there, and then I put it away for a while and I actually didn't even think about it. And then we had gotten a Mercedes, a certain Mercedes. This was like one of our first cars. And it was going back, I looked at the vision board, and it ended up being the same exact car, the same year. I just kind of cut it out of the magazine that we had gotten. And I didn't realize that until after we looked at that. I'm like, oh my gosh. So be careful what you put on there, because, you know, as you look at it and the universe creates it, your goals, and you're seeing it every day, it just kind of goes into the subconscious to help. You got to take the actions to get there, of course, but it really helps create that. So it's fun. We do vision board parties, and we'll say, could bring some magazines, you know, you have a little cardboard cutout that you can then cut out, and you want to put a picture of yourself in the middle of it, because it's all about you and what you want to create. And then put the different things from, like, you know, family and work and finances, from, like, say it doesn't have to be just World Ventures. It could be other things. Maybe you have a career that you're doing, and you want World Ventures to be a higher income. So put what you want to make there, you know, health wise, whatever it is that you want, you put on it. So we do that every single year, because your goals change. You might have gotten something already from the vision board that you put, that you're like, okay, let's put something new. So we love that. We do that every year on the new year. Kind of gets us back into the game on where we want to be again. And we can see that on a daily basis. So it's so much fun. So we do vision board parties as a team. So even just a couple people getting together, you know, nothing too crazy, but vision board parties definitely is a great thing to help get what you want.
Love it. I love it. We're going to be implementing that in the new year. Team Expansion Worldwide. Let's put it on the bucket list and let's get it done.
I would imagine it also creates a great team culture as well, wouldn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it really helps people, you know, know what their goals are, and really helps people, what do you call it? The accountability of helping you get what you want.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Kari, I want to close off on a training question, because I know that you're an international trainer, and on our picture, on our invite, we actually used the one on you on stage at one of your bootcamp trainings. And we've got Momentum 2020 coming up in Cape Town on the 21st to the 23rd of February. And we've got 4 times IMD Jeff Balf, his first time that I'm going to see him in South Africa. We've got our director of training, Marcus Setter, who's an absolute legend in the business, as well as $1 million LTE ring earner, Anand Patel. We are so excited to see them on stage for the first time as well. And, you know, through your eyes, you being a trainer yourself, why don't you just explain to the people on the call that have never been to a major training event why it's so crucial that they actually get a butt to the seat and get there to see it in person?
So, hey guys, I know we have quite a few hundred people on this call right now. And what I'd share with you is this, okay? So 15 years we've been with the company. I don't think I've missed one training event, like the big events, the regionals, and every event that we've been to, we've taken some nugget away that's really helped us get to that next level in business. Because, you know, for us, we wanted to hit IMD as fast as possible. And, you know, of course, we didn't know anything when we started. So we said, I need to know as much as I can so I can have the most success. More importantly for us as a person, personally and in business, it helped me grow on a personal basis. And number 2, because of being able to help lead a team and be able to lead. But more importantly too, because at the events, you see the culture, you see a bigger vision of what the company's all about. And Marcus Setter, hands down, is the best the best in the world. Like he's my personal coach, my mentor. He's taught me how to actually I used to be scared to even get on stage. And so I know I was one of the first women trainers for the company. And I was scared because I'm like, I never spoke on a big stage before. But what's really, really cool is the trainers that you have in front of you aren't just put up on stage. They have built the business. So you're learning from the best of the best that have built it and have hit those ranks, whether it's 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, 4 time, like Jeff Bolf, which is phenomenal. If you have a chance to hear from him, hands down, one of the best trainers in the company. Anand, I mean, you have the best right there. Out of Zimbabwe, one of my favorite people, super exciting, super smart, knows how to build this business. So being able to get your people and your team in front of the best to be able to learn from culture-wise, learning from the business. I had a chance to train out in South Africa. I think it was like 7 or 8 years ago that I was out there, right? Has it been that long?
It must be before our time, for sure.
But we invite you back.
Yeah, I think it was in Johannesburg that I had trained. And I remember we had gone through an African safari, and then we went to Cape Town. Absolutely beautiful. I loved it there. I'm going to tell Mark I want to come back because it's been a while. I'd love to come back. But besides that point, yes, going to one of the bigger events is I would say a game changer, especially if you want to take the business to another level. Maybe you want it to be a career for you outside of what you're doing. And we've learned something every single time going from one of the bigger events, and especially bringing your people with you. It's worth every penny to get as many people as you can to the training, because you leave it with a game plan that you're all on the same page. You have not only, it's not about rah-rah, it's not about the excitement. It's really about knowing what you're doing to be able to lead and be able to take your business to that next level. So I would do whatever it takes. But plan ahead. You have time till February now to get all the new people that are joining, all the people that are in now that maybe haven't been, give them calls, get them re-engaged. We have the welcome back going on right now. So maybe people that have been out, you can get them back in, show them all the new things we have. Because I have so many people that have really not been involved, maybe for whatever reason, their own life gets in the way, that using the Dream Giver card to be like, hey, we've got so many new things that have enhanced, check this out, get them replugged into what's going on, so worth it. So I'd say 100% the training's changed our lives. And for those of you that do want to be trainers in the company, you want to attend all the trainings also because you learn so much. And then when you become a trainer, you're able to even teach more because you know more. And that's my 2 cents on training on this day.
The fact that you have the IMDs on the front row, never missing a training, I mean, that says something on its own, doesn't it?
Absolutely. All the IMDs go to training. So, and we don't have to, we don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to go to trainings, but I love them because I still learn. Even at this, being double IMD in the company, I learn so much every time. I'm like, oh, that's good. And then I write it down. I'm going to use that. And then it's okay to use what other people do to build your business. So absolutely.
If we're not learning, we're dying.
Yeah.
Well, Kari, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. I know that it is Sunday morning for you there back in the USA, and we cannot wait to have you back in South Africa or Africa training us one day very, very soon. So God bless you and your sister. Happy holidays and enjoy your cruise.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your leadership, and I look forward to coming and seeing you all back in Africa.
Great.
Have a great night, everybody.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Kari. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.
Good night, Team Expansion. Have a good week.